Now let us study current source. It is also same. What is the current source? It is also an active device which can provide a current to the circuit, or which can provide current to run the circuit. That is called as current source. Again, here we have two things. One is ideal current source. Another one is practical. Let us see practical afterwards. Okay. Okay. First, see the current. What is the ideal current source? It is an active device which can provide or which can maintain a constant current irrespective of the load resistance. Okay. That is what current old ideal current source is. Okay. Again, it has one circuit diagram. I will draw here. Okay. Here it has main voltage source. It can be written like this: I, the symbol of current source, and in parallel with that, this source, there is one internal resistance. In a voltage source, it was in series. In a current source, it is in parallel, and it has two terminals A and B. Here it is all together is what our current source. Here it is smaller. This is A and B. Here what we will connect? Here we will connect one load resistor RL, and current IL will flow here. And again, you have to mention here the condition for the ideal current source is that this R, small internal resistance, that's smaller, that is equals to infinite. In a voltage source it was a zero, ideal voltage source it was zero. In ideal current source, smaller or internal resistance, that is equals to infinite. So equivalent circuit diagram I will write here. Here I have I. In the parallel with this I, we have small resistance. Again, this is terminal A and terminal B. To the terminals, we are connecting one load resistor RL. So IL is flowing through this RL. Both circuit diagram are same only here. Just R is in parallel with I. Here also I is in parallel with smaller only. Okay. So now just I will here at this point you can see whatever it is producing current. I will write is IS. Okay, I will write IS. Source is there, no, just I will write IS here. It is producing IS current, and that is flowing here, and it is splitting here. It is flowing like that. It is splitting. At this point, it splits to IL and some amount of I here. It will be split like this. Okay. So if you apply the KCL to this junction or this node, okay, let it be any node. I will write it as the N, node N. If you apply the KCL to node N, so what happens here? We can see what the KCL states: sum of incoming currents, that is equals to sum of outgoing currents. Sum of incoming currents, what are the coming in? Only IS is coming in here. What are going out? IL and I is going out. So you can write IS equals to I plus IL. You can write like this. This is what KCL you can apply to the node N here. So if you see carefully, R is what I said already. R is what? R is infinite. Let's say that R is infinite for the ideal case. If R is infinite, then no current will going to flow here. Current will not flow here. If R value is too high, then current is not going to flow. For example, you can see if R is less for a copper wire, R is very less, so current will flow here. I will flow. It will be maximum. I will be maximum. Okay. If resistance is low, current will be more. If you take the iron rod, the resistance is little bit high, so flow of the current is less here in the iron rod. Take an example of air. whatever air medium is there, take an example of air. Air has a very much high resistance. It has very high resistance. It has very high resistance. So right, air has very high resistance. Okay. So current flow is very less, almost equals to zero. Current is almost zero here. So if resistance is high, or if it is infinite, resistance is infinite, then I will be zero here. So just I will write I equals to zero. Why 0? R is infinite here. So plus IL. IS equals to IL. So you can see here IL equals to what? That is IS only. This IL is remaining constant. Whatever actual source is giving the current, that same current will flow through this resistor. That is IL equals to IS. Whatever may be the resistance. Okay. Either it is the 10 ohm, 10 kilo ohm, 50 kilo ohm, irrespective of this resistance, IL remains equals to this IS only. Whatever the source is giving the voltage, the same source will going to same source current will going to flow in this resistor RL. Okay, this is what ideal current source. Okay, you can see here this IL is independent of the this resistor value. So now let us study the another thing, that is uh, practical voltage, practical current source. Practical current source. The circuit diagram remains same. Only thing is the smaller have some infinite value. Finite value. Although it is infinite for the ideal case, for practical case, it is finite. It has some equals to finite value. Okay. Only have to write below the circuit diagram. Otherwise, you will not get the marks. Okay. So again, everything is remain same. Equivalent circuit will remain same here. If you apply the KCL to the node N here, so what happens? Is equals to I plus IL, that remains same. Here I is not equals to 0. I will be remains I only here. It will not equals to 0 now. So now what happens to the IL? So I will just write for IL. IL equals to IS minus I. Okay. Again, this I is depending upon what? This I is depending upon this R. This R has now some finite value. This I is depending upon R only, and R has some finite. It has some finite value. Okay. So you can say IL is directly proportional or directly depending upon this small r, isn't it? So if IS is equals to, if IS is equals to one, for example, it is a 2 amp, and some current is flowing here. IS is equals to what? Here it is producing a 2 amp. It is flowing like that like this, and it is splitting here and here. Okay, here because of this smaller 0.1 amp is flowing here in this resistor, smaller 0.1 amp, and again here rest of the current will flow. That is if you minus the 0.1 from 2, it will be 1.9 amp. 1.9 amp current will flow here in this RL. Okay, so again you can calculate here from this equation also. IL is equals to IS, I told it is 2 amp. Just write 2 amp here, minus I, here I told it is, for example, it is 0.1 amp. 0.1 amp. So IL you will get 1.9 amp. This IL is not equals to this I now. This IL is not equals to this IS. Why? It has some finite resistance which is connected in parallel. Okay, you can see in the circuit diagram also. If it is infinite, no current will flow. All current will flow here only through this RL. If it is infinite, but if it has some finite value, small current will flow here. Okay, this is what about ideal current source and the practical current source. Again, ideal current source and ideal voltage source, they are called as independent current sources and independent voltage source. And a practical current source, this is also can be called as dependent current source. Okay. Ideal case we can call them as a independent, practical case we can call them as a dependent sources. Okay, so the thing is, in an ideal case, whatever ideal case, I already told that it doesn't exist in the practical reality. So in a practical case, what we have to do, we have to make the practical sources which can approach the ideal case. For example, here in a ideal current source, we have R equals to what? Infinite. R value is infinite, isn't it? R value is infinite. R has, in this ideal case, this R has infinite value. R equals to infinite, isn't it? In a practical case, what I told, it is a have some finite value. We have to take this finite value which is equals to infinite. Equals to infinite means it should approach infinite. Okay, that means R should be, in a practical case, the finite value should be very high. It should be very high. Very high in the sense what? Low amount of the current will flow here. Very less amount of the current will flow through this R. If the less amount of the current will flow through this R, almost equal amount of the current will flow here through this RL, which is equals to the actual source current. Okay, if it is a 2, 1.9 will flow here. If it is a 3, 2.99, like that, that current will flow. It almost equals to this I source current. That is what we want. In a practical case, what we have to do, the finite value that should be very high. Very high. Why choosing high value? Because it is approximately equals to the ideal case, that is R equals to infinite. Infinite means very high, no? So we have to, in a practical case also, we have to take a what? High resistance value which is connected in parallel. In voltage source also same only. In voltage source, listen carefully. In a voltage source, what we have, R is equals to 0 for ideal case. Okay. In a practical case, what we have to do, we have to take R almost equals to 0. For example, 0.1 ohm or 0.0001 ohm.